Hey guys, welcome back to Puff It Louder. And welcome back to Steam Prison. We are with Yune and some old politician man, and I guess, like, I don't know, we're just gonna get into a discussion.
そうですか。だといいのですが。
The man gave me a cold look. I could tell he hated me. Can't blame him. He has to share the room with a criminal. I expected to meet more people who reacted like that. I shouldn't take it to heart when it happens. I should just accept it. It didn't matter what other people thought about me. I had to believe in myself and find my own way. The moment St. Yune took a seat, a door quietly opened. Women in maid outfits appeared, bringing food. Food? St. Yune had eaten just before, and the women were bringing small snacks. The entire table was soon covered in a succulent feast.
品評会で優勝した牛の肉をお持ちしました。お口に合えばいいのですが。
Okay. I wonder if he can eat any of that. I needn't have to worry. St. Yune reached for the food faster than any of the assembled nobility.
なかなか美味しいよ。ありがとう。
Ooh, snap. It's pretty good. It's not even that great. He's just like, fuck yo, Wagyu beef. Like, I need, like, the best beef in all of the heights, please. The man's features relaxed.
それはよかった。では私も。
St. Yune dropped his fork. His face was contorted and he clutched his throat.
苦しい。
Oh god. St. Yune?
私に触れるな。
そんな毒味は済んでいるはずなのに。
Oh god. Is he just gonna die immediately? Wait, did he just laugh?
冗談だよ、冗談。
冗談。
そう。せっかく一緒に食べるんだから楽しい方がいいじゃないか。
You bitch! I was so concerned! Oh my god! And this is fun for him, then. I placed a clean fork in front of him. I thought the joke had been in poor taste. Yeah, definitely.
そうでしたか。いやはや、ご無事でよかったです。
私は死なない。どんな毒だって効かないというのに、お前の焦った顔、面白かったよ。
That's so bad.
それは万が一ということもありますので。
それね。
Oh.
ないんだよね。
Yikes. That means that someone's tried to poison him before? St. Yune drained his glass of wine and stared at it.
このワイングラスいっぱいに注がれていたとしても、口に入った途端、水のようになる。
Literally, he's like Jesus. He can turn water into wine, except for the opposite. He turns wine into water.
毒味で従者を失ったことのある身としては、なんとも羨ましいことです。
So poison doesn't work on him, huh? Thinking about it, that made sense. If poison worked on him, he wouldn't have asked me to do it. I considered this as the conversation moved on.
それで、私に話って。
The man began to talk about politics. Living conditions of the people, public facilities, tax usage. It was a serious, well-informed discussion I wouldn't have expected over the dinner table. And that didn't just apply to the nobleman. St. Yune also gave concrete opinions without dodging anything. I'd thought it was going to be a bootlicking event, but it didn't seem to be. So this is what the government is like. Did my father do this as well? Good old Keith. Oh, brings a tear to my eye. Politicians handled classified information. They couldn't take it home. He'd never talked about it much either. I wonder if he ate with St. Yune as well. I watched their exchange. At one point, the man looked over at me.
ユネ様、失礼なことと承知してお伺いしますが、 どうしてそちらの女性を連れているのです？彼女は
殺人犯ってことは知ってる。雇いたいから雇った。それ以上の説明は必要？
St. Yune looked impatient, and the man immediately shook his head. Seeing that the nobleman wasn't satisfied with the answer, St. Yune spoke again.
ただの暇つぶしで気まぐれで雇ってみた。それだけだよ。
Killing time. Killing time. Me and Karimu, I swear to God.
ああ、そうですか。失礼いたしました。
The nobleman cleared his throat, realizing he was overstepping his bounds, and returned to talking about politics. I'm glad he didn't answer that question. The nobleman looked healthy, but he was still rather old. If St. Yune had answered that I was supposed to kill him, the man might well have keeled over. Killing time on a whim. He'd told me that he wanted me to kill him, but I still had no idea why. Maybe he wants to die to kill time, I thought. Wait, that doesn't make sense. I watched the discussion, thinking about what St. Yune's motivation could possibly be. St. Yune flung his cap onto the bed and sprawled out on the sofa. Good work.
本当に疲れた。料理が美味しかったからいいけどさ。たまにいるんだよ。今日みたいに個人的に話したいと言ってくる政治家。私に話したって何にもならないのに。
Is that so?
政治の大半は議員たちに任せてるんだ。私は承認したり、たまに意見を言ったりするだけ。流動的なことには興味ないから。
I'm surprised. You were taking the discussion very seriously.
美味しい食材を持ってこられたからには、話を合わせてあげないと失礼だからね。
He cares so much about food. Food, huh? Speaking of food, St. Yune had effortlessly eaten everything set before him. And he had dinner in his room before that, although it was soup. Impressed by his appetite, I checked the appointments for the next day. Tomorrow you're going to attend the assembly session.
視察か。つまらないんだろうな。
His Holiness yawned audibly and sat up.
忘れてた。最後にもう一つ、やらないといけないことがあったんだ。
Really?
そこには書いてないよ。仕事ではないからね。ついておいで。
Okay. St. Yune went over to a door set in one of the walls. He opened it. Beyond was a small room. Oh my god, did he make a room just for Karimu? I'm assuming this is Karimu's, but... What is this?
付き人の控室。つまり、お前の部屋だ。
Oh my god!
お前には、今日からここで寝泊まりしてもらう。
So we'll be living together. That's crazy. This is my room now. It was quite luxurious for a waiting room. Compared to the nap room I had to use as a police officer, it was the difference between heaven and earth. May I really have this? Let me go home? God, it's wasted on me. No, be nice, God. Yeah. May I really use this room?
いいも何も、使えって言ってるんだ。利用してもらわないと困る。付き人たるもの、常に私の一番近くにいなければいけない。早く自覚すること。いいね。あとは、そうそう、服についてだ。
What have I been wearing this whole time?
ここにかかっているのが付き人の制服。私に近しいものである証だ。明日からはこれを着るように。それからこれ。
My sword!
そう。付き人には本来必要のないものだけど、一応体験してもらおうと思う。お前は、剣の腕が立つと聞いているから。
Thank you very much.
それに、私を殺すとき、これがないと不便だろ？
This is crazy. We actually got a sword in this one? Well, I mean, I guess we got a sword in Elk Creeds, but...
じゃあね、おやすみ。
Oh, goodbye. St. Yune grinned at me. His smile didn't suit the topic at all. Then he turned around and left. The doors and the walls were thick. Sound didn't travel well through them. Killing St. Yune. I have a pretty difficult job ahead. I put the book with his appointments on the table and undid the buttons on my clothes. Nightwear had been laid out for me. I changed into it and thought about what had happened. Things changed way too much today. St. Yune can't be killed by poison. St. Yune was immortal. I'd always thought that it must be at least half just a legend, but apparently it was no exaggeration. He can't kill himself, so he's asking me to do it, but I couldn't kill a saint, even on his own orders. I need to use the time I have. I only have a month before I'll be the one to die. What could I accomplish in a month? The huge number of tasks swirled through my head. I'm worried about Finn as well. Is he alright? He'd lost his job because of me. I never anticipated that. He'd seemed alright when I talked to him, but that was probably just on the outside. An apology isn't enough to set this right. But that had been all I could do for him. Okay. This is gonna be interesting. There was a soft knock.
いいよ、入って。
失礼します。
Oh. Warner Evans had come. He was the Speaker of the Assembly, the main administrative body. Essentially, he was the second most important man in the country after me. Why had he come? I thought I could take a pretty good guess.
夜分遅くにすみません。
本当に何しに来たの？
新たな付き人をつけられたとか。先ほど知らされたため伺った次第です。
Ew. He surveyed the room.
彼女はいないよ。控室で今頃寝ているだろう。
彼女。
ああ。親殺しの女だ。
Oh, God.
素性をご存知なのですか？
ご存知も何も資料を読んだんだよ。
I stood up and pulled open a drawer.
それは
在任処分報告書。私に渡されずに廃棄されかけた謎多き紙切れ。ここに情報が記載されていた。
Well.
ねえ、どうしてこれは廃棄されたの？どうして私の署名がないの？どうして私に届けなかったの？
That's a little awkward. Like, why did you not give it to me to sign?
申し訳ございません。私は存じません。何かの手違いでしょう。
Wow. Both Fitzgerald and his dad, both fucking liars.
ですが、彼女は揺るぎなく有罪です。ですから、付き人の任は解かれるべきかと。
うん、解かないよ。揺るぎないのなら、なおさら利用すべきだ。
ユネ様。
そう心配することないだろう。私は不老不死なんだ。手をかけようと思ったものはどうなるか、お前も知っているはず。
はい。では、失礼します。
Goodbye.
存じませんか。では、誰の仕業だろうね。はあ、まあ誰でもいいか。すごく期待しているわけではないんだ。
Wow, Yune could have figured everything out right away, but he decided that it wasn't interesting.
これはゲーム。暇つぶしだ。私を殺せたらそれでいいし、殺せなくても。というか、殺せないんだろうけど。殺せなくても仕方がない。彼女を殺して、はい、おしまいだ。これは退屈を紛らわすための遊びなんだ。せいぜい楽しませてよね。ティステラ。
What? Oh my god. God. Is it morning already? I have to get up. Get ready. What
あら、
the
おはよ
fuck?
う。なかなか起きないから心配してたのよ。
Mother? And father, you too.
どうした？そんなところに立っていないで、早く一緒に朝食をとりなさい。
Yes. I sat down and the servants brought us breakfast. My father was reading the newspaper and my mother talked to me excitedly. It was a morning unlike any other. No, it's not. My parents are both dead. So what is this?
あらあら、一口も食べてないわね。具合が悪いの？
Oh. I looked at her. She seemed worried. No, I'm alright. I'll eat. I ripped off a piece of bread and stuffed it in my mouth. It had a clear, definite taste, as though it was real. Is this real? Was I having a cruel dream? My father and my mother were gone. Finn had left as well.
おはようございます。今日もよろしくお願いします。
Finn!
フィン君、いつもすまないね。娘を迎えに来てもらって。
いえ、そんな。一緒に行きたくて、俺が好きでやっていることですから。
フィンさん、よければ一緒に朝食はどうかしら。この子、今食べ始めたところなの。
はい、喜んで。一緒に食べるのって楽しいですよね。
That's definitely not something Finn would say. Finn would be like, oh, what, really? Like...
そうだな。一人よりは断然一緒がいい。
No. I didn't want to admit it, but... This is a dream. A dream of something that was never going to happen again.
どうしたんですか？悲しそうですね。何か気に障りましたか？
No, not at all. Finn was as gentle as always. My father was as calm as always. My mother was as upbeat as always. There's nothing sad about this, but... Finn, this is just a dream. And dreams end.
どこへ行くの？
I have somewhere I need to go. I looked back and forth between my mother, my father, and Finn. Even if this isn't real, I'm glad I got to see you all again. Well, goodbye. Wow, lucid dreaming, huh? My consciousness began to reattach itself to my body. It was a dream, like I thought. Still, I'm glad I had it. I got out of bed and went to the closet. There were a number of uniforms, all the same type. I poked out one of them and took it off its hanger. Perhaps they had used my police uniforms for reference. All of the pieces fit me really well. It was new and unusual, but I knew in time I'd get used to it. Just like I'm going to get used to my parents being gone. They weren't going to come back to life. I wasn't going to deny the reality before me, but I'm still alive. Surely I can find out who did this. I'm not going to give up. I buckled my sword and looked at the mirror. I looked rather nice, considering I had such a melancholic dream. Father, Mother, Finn, I'm going to work. Wow, that's interesting pants. Like, what is going on? At least she's wearing pants. I mean, in Eltcreed's route, they were like, nah, no pants needed. My waiting room had 2 doors. One of the doors led to St. Yune's room. The other led to the main hallway. I used the latter and went to the kitchen to eat before taking St. Yune his breakfast. His meal consisted of several plates on a serving cart. I had to wonder whether he was going to be able to eat it all. Excuse me, I've brought your breakfast. Good morning, Your Holiness.
おはよう。
Can I just say, I love how the text box matches like his carpet and like some of the curtains. It's beautiful. It's so pleasing. St. Yune was already dressed in his robes and sitting in the chair. Since he seemed to be busy, I quickly set his breakfast before him on the table.
今日も美味しそうだ。
He smiled like a boy. It was enough to make me feel like I was the older of the two of us. But I'm not. He's much older. Whenever I'd seen him at functions or seen his image in art or statues, he'd look the same. Yune Sekie didn't age or die. His immortality was a symbol of order and peace for this country, an object of reverence. I never dreamed that I'd serve him. I stared at him, thinking about how strange it was. He noticed.
どうしたの？
Nothing. You ate a lot yesterday, and you seem to be very hungry again today.
食事は好きだよ。食べている時は自分が人間だと感じられるから。
Good God. I love eating too, but God, I don't know. Human?
そう。成人だなんだって扱われ続けると、己が何者かわからなくなりそうになるんだ。そんな時、料理を食べたり眠ったり、人間らしいことをするとホッとする。
And we're going to stop here, I guess. Damn, St. Yune just saying some crazy stuff. I mean, I don't know. I guess that makes sense. Like, good food is always good, you know, but I don't know. I feel like if you live forever, then you might have had too much food and you're just sick of all of it. I don't know. Anyway, next episode, we're gonna see what he has to eat, and we're gonna eat with him, maybe. I don't know. Yeah,